Hey there, how's it going? Name's O'Higgins. I'm a worker here at the overpass. Because I don't gotta. I'm on break right now. It'll probably last a couple hours. And I got a couple more breaks lined up later. Yeah, probably. But I don't really care. 4 years. I'm on a 6-year contract to help build the overpass. Before that, I was a janitor and animal feeder at the Hub Zoo. That's right. It was pretty cool because I like animals and, Night Stalkers are scary to other people, but I don't know how anyone can resist giving them belly rubs. I never had a problem with them. The pay and hours kind of sucked, though. City Hall kept cutting the budget, but I think they started turning around now. Hope so, at least. Well, basically, I have to put in 6 years of labor on this project. In exchange, I get room, board, and meals. The paycheck comes every 3rd month. It's an okay job, especially since the foreman doesn't really push us to finish the work, and we get paid regardless. So I don't have to do anything in order to support my family back west. Well, I got paid once a month when I first started, but then... Yeah, now that you mention it, that is kind of weird. Now that I think about it, Luz was talking about stolen wages the other day. I was kind of tuning it out because she's always talking about that stuff. I really like this gig. I don't want to cause any issues, you know. Goodbye.
Can't work on an empty stomach, and I just ate. Hell, so I need to digest. Even the NCR gave up asking
Hell,
when we'll be done.
even the NCR gave up asking when we'll be done.
Patrolling the 15 almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Can't work on an empty stomach, and I just ate. So I need to digest.
Something ain't right with my checks. I'm telling you.
Something ain't right with my checks. I'm telling you, something just ain't right.
Thanks again for your help. I don't know how you made it out of there alive. The 15s are
You know
anchor
it's
out here.
illegal for us to
Lose
gamble
that,
back
and
home?
maybe we lose the Mojave.
Saw a caravan heading east earlier. Hope they know what they're walking into.
Even the NCR gave
It's
up
always
basketball.
hot. Thank God we don't have to work out here.
Something ain't right with my checks.
I've got a lot of work on my desk. Whatever you want, make it quick. That is me, yes. You may address me as Project Foreman Fold. No. What would you like to know? Well, we're a little over budget and a little bit behind the schedule, but completion is within sight. Oh, you're one of those skeptics. Look, the overpass construction project is a monument of good old Californian ingenuity. Problems do arise, and they will keep arising, but we will overcome them. 7 years. 1 year. Oh, well, many things. Red tape, bureaucratic frustrations, employee turnover, environmental studies, the works. Nothing too different than the usual delays back west. I should be getting back to work.
Telling you.
You need something? I am Project Foreman Fold. I'm overseeing the construction of the Wendell-Peterson Memorial Highway. This conversation is over. You need something? Goodbye.
Something just ain't right.
Look, it's real simple. We work too fast, we finish the job. We finish the job, we lose the job.
Oh, are you one of the new workers? My name's Luz. There's a drill for you somewhere. Nothing. For now. Construction of the Wendell-Peterson Memorial Highway. It was supposed to have been finished years ago. Fine. That would be Lemon. Or Emmanuel Fold. Although, if you believe the rumors, in any event, he's the foreman. For now, at least. That he was taking money from Stanton, deliberately slowballing the project. I don't know about that. And I guess we'll never know. He's definitely corrupt, though. I'm trying to get him removed. He's not paying us what he owes, and the way he's working us, I'm not convinced he's actually trying to do his job. We need leverage. We don't have any hard evidence of wrongdoing on Lemon's part, but we suspect he's been cutting our pay. It's not normal for a check to be different amounts every month, right? Once you do that, you could either head to Hightower or go to the press. The only things Fold understands are power, money, and reputation. If you threaten one of those, they'll probably work with you. There's a few ways you could help us get a seat at the bargaining table. Our main issue is we need proof of wrongdoing. Stolen wages, broken equipment, or other general corruption would do. Lemon won't trust any of us snooping around, but maybe you can get him to slip up or check out the equipment to get proof that we can't do our jobs here. Leland Hightower is the guy around here if you want to get something done. He's got the resources to make things happen, and we want him on our side. Doesn't seem like he's bought and paid for. Probably because he has too much money to care about that. I don't know. You're the one offering to help. Maybe Fold has something in his tent? Good luck getting him out of there, though. If you're real handy with tools, you could check out our equipment. A lot of it is non-operational, but that's as far as our technical knowledge goes. If you can figure out how everything is broken, maybe there are some clues there, too. Thanks. No hard feelings if you come up short.
Move along, please.
You need something? Oh, well, that must be due to the bureaucratic bloat and red tape that's slowing things down. We're all dealing with the government's inefficiency here. Look, what do you want from me? I'm trying to run a job site here. Funding for large projects like this doesn't grow on trees. Shit. I only took a little off the top, okay? I got greedy. There's a bigger story than just some paychecks. I'll tell you if you can assure me that I won't be blamed. Shit. It's Stanton, okay? He sends the money to keep things from moving too quickly. He puts a lot of money into Baker, and he does a lot of good things for the people here. A completed overpass will lead to the NCR clearing out Kelso and making a new highway south. That means traffic can avoid Baker, and I-15 risks drying up. It's good for everyone if we don't finish this thing. This could have been easy, you know? I would have paid you to keep your stupid mouth shut. Now I have to give it all to those lazy bums just to save my own skin. Fuck you. Give me the settlement form. I'll sign it.
Hey again. Well, the story is that Lemon docked someone's pay for dropping a tool off the side of the overpass. Can't say I believe that part, because Lemon never goes up there. Anyways, so the worker drops the tool, Lemon docks his pay, and the guy just socks him right in the face. Broke Lemon's jaw and walked off the job site. Wish I could meet the guy and shake his hand. Somewhat. I'm supposed to be representing them, but some of them enjoy doing nothing, so I'm getting mixed signals on what they want. In any event, until I can get some better leverage, I'm not going to move at all. We'll need it. Goodbye.
I used to live at the community center up the road.
This is the best job
Now,
I've ever had.
I'm living the high life.
I heard Mr. Stanton passed away. Crazy times we're living in.
I used to live at the community center up the road. Now, I'm living the high life.
Yes? What do you want? Are you new in town? Or to the NCR in general? Ah, well, I suppose it doesn't matter. I'm Leland Hightower, CEO of the new California Water Company. Is there some particular reason you're speaking to me? Thanks to you and the Colonel, I officially am Mayor Hightower. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? I knew I needed someone reliable when I called him in for support. Didn't know I'd be getting two of you, though. Baker's seen better days, but I aim to change that. Clean up the streets. Get trade flowing again. There's a lot of factions within this small town, and they all have different ideas on how things should be run. I aim to give them all a seat at the table, as long as they respect myself, and the NCR government, of course, as their new management.
Baker is surely shaken, but the citizens' resolve remains strong. This town was once ruled by raiders and gangs, and it is no stranger to violence. I will ensure Baker sees prosperous trade and tourism, and Colonel Royez will ensure it remains a safe haven for travelers by protecting I-15. Baker is in good hands. Very well. Yes, the nightmare that has been plaguing Baker for nearly a decade. Did you have any news? This is getting complicated. Stanton is gone, so we can't exactly go arrest him over this. Any other leads? I can't say I'm surprised. Absolutely disgusting behavior, but typical for these kinds of projects. I'm gonna make a few phone calls to my friends at Fort Weston. I think this calls for Fold to lose his freedom, not just his job. I'm sure he'll think twice about doing something like this after a few years behind bars. Yes? What do you want? Yes, I think there is. I don't know if you're familiar with the Fargo Trading Company. I know their Mojave presence is quite limited. Supporting them would likely improve the economic status of Baker, as well as introduce some much-needed competition against Crimson Caravan, who I have deep concerns about. They have a local office across the interstate. See what you can do to help them. Seeing as you've already helped me deal with the overpass issue, I believe we are more than square already. You could always ask around town, though. It seems as though there's never-ending supply of headaches to deal with sometimes. Put simply, we are the lifeblood of every community in New California. The previous administration botched the handling of the NCR's great reservoirs of water, so we were given exclusive control over every drop of water in New California. The hub has been the source of water to California for nearly 2 centuries. It's only right that it falls to us. It is. Water is so precious and rare that it simply cannot be entrusted to other special interests, not the private sector nor the public sector. Use for all of this must be centrally planned, lest short-term decision-making deprive us of all our water, and then, well, where would we be? Of course, civic-mindedness is the bedrock of Californian democracy. What did you want to discuss? President Kimball is the personification of hub state politics, for better or for worse. Patronage over bureaucracy and underfunding of government departments, lack of federal aid to the states, corruption, obedience to moneyed interests, and a lack of social safety nets. I've spoken with him at length on these issues, but he believes that all these problems are temporary ones, or they're not actually problems. It is a difficult place to run a business. The city has been desperate for revenue since the '73 riots and was forced to increase taxes on its citizens. The state government prioritizes the suburbs over our urban working class. Rampant corruption on all levels of power impairs efficiency and erodes public trust in our institutions. And the most important high-paying union jobs continue to leave for, well, the West. The hub has always been a difficult place for mutants to live peacefully. In '73, it boiled over after police attacked a ghoul woman of the oldest trade. I have a distaste for the profession, but I also acknowledge it as a legitimate occupation. She didn't deserve that. I remember seeing the smoking downtown from my office in the Water District, and I saw the poor of the hub shoot at officers in the Heights District. So many people just left after that. The hub has never recovered. Labor unions, the spokesmen of the workers, a vital component of any democracy. Kimball has been uniformly hostile to them and has broken up dozens of smaller unions and a couple of the larger ones. In the hub, the only major union left is the Desert House Railroad Workers Union, a sharp decline and sad to see. If you wish. It is a large and growing community, centered on tourism to the Strip, military movement to the west, agriculture, and the overpass construction project. Well, there is a significant level of corruption. The ultrajet epidemic has hit Baker unusually hard. Even with the current police situation, it really shows no signs of slowing. In addition, should the NCR expedition to the Mojave reverse, this town will enter a steep decline. Based on my information, that's closer than you might think. Sure, if that's what you want. It's important to the future of the NCR. Securing control of the Mojave will enable greater control of the Long 15 and enable further NCR expansion through Nevada and to Utah. The dream of a stable, peaceful civilization is in sight. And of course, locally, the annexation of New Vegas as the first true new state of the NCR since its founding will help with our economy. Its populace still uses the bottle cap, and that's something that will make the transition from the dog to the cap much easier. More important than most people understand, it's not all military prowess. People need to feel like their currency is worth something to feel secure. They need to feel that the fundamentals of society function. If they don't, well, then society is doomed. They are a serious threat to civilization and represents a backward step to the time of anarchy and violence. I assume most people in Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado are by and large good people, so it's up to us to free them from Legion totalitarianism. Why wouldn't they? The NCR is the best hope for the wasteland. After nearly a decade of contact with them, surely they have realized that by now. Sure, if that's what you want. Ask them. Very well. That is correct. My company has a net worth of approximately 215 million NCR dollars. A very bold claim, and one that I've heard before. Truthfully, yes, it's the nature of business. But much of that was a long time ago, before my time. I've tried to give my workers an honest deal and my consumers a fair deal. I have tried to combat the relentless corruption that impedes growth and have donated more money to the poor than most people will see in a lifetime. As far as the balance sheet of morality goes, I'm in the green. Yes, my wife is deceased, unfortunately. A particularly aggressive cancer. My son is in training at the Shady Business School to learn how to run this company. He'll be interning with the followers in the boneyard next year to learn how to run people. I'm very proud of him. And my daughter is a more creative type, painter and writer. They're so busy these days, I only have Cavill to keep me company. Ask them. Yes, goodbye.
You ever try that Zen jerky? Tastes like
You might be from the wasteland, but I grew up in the hub.
Hey, don't sneak up on me. I'm trying to catch some dinner. Mostly small game. NCR, you'll see some animals here that will... Jeremiah Hoff. I used to work at the town hall. Although I'm married to Amelia. Well, most of the I think ghouls are productive.
Oh, trust them robots back in town. Woozer's got a voice like smooth whiskey.
Oh, what the hell do you want? Nothing can be done about this anyways. It's Yakuza shit. There's some tribe that moved into New Reno a couple decades ago. It's good money working for them, but it is so easy to fuck up. No, but they think I did, and that's the problem. I was a bookie for them, sports betting and stuff. They think I stole from them, like I'd be that stupid. Their fucking Kyodai and Shimai hitmen are really dangerous though, and I'm not gonna be able to make my case before they kill me. My name's Leopoldo. I'm from Norino. They're Yakuza hunting me down, so I'm hiding out in this junkyard. I help Woozer operate his little radio station, buy parts for him and stuff. Things like that. Nothing special. Yeah, leave me alone.
And I should know. I want to be on Woozer's show. I got stories, man. Stories. I can't take this smell anymore.
Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Oh, wow. That was you? I didn't even ask, though. It's like we're on the same wavelength or something. Maybe there's more frequencies flowing out there than I thought. Here, dude, it's the least I can do. Enjoy the tunes. I hope the music is a reward for you, too. Hey, what's up? I go by Woozer. Yeah, it's my birth name, before you ask. The Hub, born and raised. Just looking for a fresh start. Can't afford it. Had to leave the Hub a while ago, and I came here to get myself back together. This is only the second roughest place I've slept in, though. As long as I keep playing the music, most of the people here leave me alone. First what? I misspoke. This is the roughest place I've slept in. Yeah, a lot of the homeless in Baker live here. The followers can't really keep up with it and had to kick a bunch of people out for not paying their medical bills or not having insurance. So, they came here, where all the trash is dumped, to pick through the scraps. The followers used to do inhaler exchanges here before one of them got mugged. Police sometimes have to come in for the ODs. There is a community here, even if it's a loose one. There are rules about how we treat each other. I expect the police or army to clean this place up sometime in the next year, but until then, we're here. It's my radio station. It's new. New isn't always good, but new should always be heard. I have a runner who brings holotaste to this stuff from the Hub scene every month or so. New performances, new songs. And if we want to build a better world, we have to embrace the new. If we keep listening to the old stuff, we'll end up just like they did. Nah, I'm talking about the government. The old US one. I used to think they had it good because there wasn't a wasteland back then. I know better now. Yeah, sure. Why not? It's not something people always like hearing about, but I try to keep an open mind. What, generally? Or the government, or the people, or what do you mean? I don't know. When I was a kid, I hated it. Hated everything about it. The cities, the government, the mutant Californians. I hated the taxes, the war, the crime, the police, just like everything. But I got a new perspective on things while I was in prison. Lockhart State Penitentiary. Most people in the Hub go there. Arson. Don't really want to go into more detail. What was the original question? The NCR, right? I think they remind me a lot of the past, and I can't say that's a good thing. The world isn't great, and that's been true for most of the past, so the only way to make things better is to look to the future. I still don't like the NCR, but now I don't like them for different reasons. Good ones, not just blind hate. The biggest one is that everyone thinks they can get everything good about the old world without any of the bad. I don't think it'll work. People in power are all the same, really, no matter where you're from. I never met Caesar, but he's probably not too different from Kimball or a police commissioner or a gangster. You want power, it means you're not satisfied with things. And that's okay, but it also means you're not satisfied with yourself. That's why we got so many wars. Folks in power can't be satisfied with where they are. The people aren't great. No one wants to hear that, but that's the truth. They live better than folks out in the wasteland, but there's so much anger all the time. And if they can't find peace with themselves, then we're in for more wars. Go for it. It's a war. Supposedly we signed a treaty with the Rangers to start it. And I'm sure we could do something good for the people there, but we can also do a lot of bad. Maybe we can clear out the raiders and everyone in New Vegas can live all nice and pretty, just like the average Hubbazen or Yarder. Or maybe we'll kill every last person there. I've heard about Bitter Springs. I think there'll be a dozen more battles of Bitter Springs. Seems like no one's willing to give peace a chance. The Legion? I only seen them on the news. I've heard that they're led by a follower. Can't say I'm surprised that giving a follower power led to the Legion. Power does that. Government's using that as an excuse to crack down on the followers. Crack down on everyone. Like they'd be any different. When I was younger, I hated them. I thought the NCR fought the wrong enemy in the Enclave War. Couldn't see that there was a world without the NCR, the Brotherhood, or the Enclave. I was so angry that we were just keeping them in their bunkers instead of finishing them off. Wanted us to use every weapon we had on them. Exterminate them forever. I know there's no point now. I used to believe that the Wasteland was degenerate, and that only the Enclave could have rebuilt it back to how America was. The Brotherhood were scum, standing in the way of that, and then everything else was standing in the way of that. That's how it was in the Neoclave. That's the gang I was in. Not anymore. I don't hate them anymore, I just feel sad for them. They keep hanging on to the old ways. But the thing about the old ways is that they're old ways. I've heard people talk about them like they're going to be the saviors of the Wasteland, but I doubt it. Their vision of a world where power is evenly distributed amongst the people, a world with no gods or masters. I think most people are too angry to hear what the followers are saying, and the followers reach out to educate, and that's good. But they don't reach out to make a person truly better. That just isn't what they do. No, it's not that. But I think people believe that the followers are going to save them. When you rely on other people to save you instead of saving yourself, no one can help you. It's like that with everybody. People give up our land to the NCR government in the name of progress, our identities to the Legion. Others give up our technology to the Brotherhood, our thinking to the followers, and our responsibility to everyone else. I'm sure it'll come up again. I'm not a member anymore. Got arrested for burning down a couple ghoul businesses. Gave one of them third-degree burns. In prison, I realized it was all bullshit, and I will never go back to that life. Ever since I got my tattoos removed in Vault City and shaved my mullet, it's only been music and love for me. And I aim to keep it that way. We believed that the wrong side had won the Enclave War. The Enclave was rebuilding America, and we felt that the NCR wasn't up to it. They weren't willing to purge the undesirables. Mutants, immigrants, the She, the Brotherhood, the parents, the politicians, the banks, the media, the Dharmas. We hated damn near 2/3 of the population. We owned a good chunk of streets on the hub, but the big shots were in the prisons. Of course I do. That's not even a real question. The real question is, how long did it take for me to realize? The answer's too long. The guy in charge worked with everyone. Told me that in prison, his job wasn't to launch the race war, but to keep the race peace. I told him that was bullshit and picked a fight with the shot caller. He told me that I had to get a beat down and that's not important. But after that, I wasn't working with them anymore. And despite all of the bullshit, all of the ghouls left me alone. Some of them even tried to be friends. And that was when I realized that everything they told me on the streets was a fucking lie. If the Enclave was all that was left of America, then there was nothing left worth rebuilding. It's time to move on. I'm sure it'll come up again. Not at all. It's my passion, though. Take it easy, brother. Hey, what's up?
shame digging through the trash.
What's up? Cheer up. Railway bosses hit us with layoffs. Made my way out here to Baker to work on that Memorial Highway. I punched the foreman in the face over working conditions. Honestly, I'm fine with being fired. It was bullshit make work anyways. That highway's never getting done. Yeah, that's him. We called him Lemon because he squeezed us dry. Yeah, the Desert House Railway Company, out in the hub. Stock market's bad right now, and they fired a bunch of us, so wouldn't cut into their bottom line. Didn't matter that it was against the union contract, they just did it anyways. The hub exchange is pretty sluggish this year. The NCR dollar keeps getting weaker. It's a one-bear market right now. One bear's bad. Two bears, good. Things are probably gonna get a lot worse, though. The Stockmen's Association's been doing some deranged things on the market last couple months. Mayor bulldozed a bunch of houses recently, including the one I'd already paid money for. Come to play peasant with us in the slums? Wouldn't do any good anyways. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Kids these days, they have no respect for the old stuff. Good for you. Oh God, you want to talk politics? Fine. So, a bunch of settlers move into a land they should know is dangerous, and we have to pay for it? I don't buy it. On the other hand, when the rail lines were working, the contracts given to our union were great. Shame we don't have them anymore. Some prison riot messed things up. All hush-hush. I don't really care about some treaty I'd never heard of until election time. As for the dam, we should be repairing our own ones. Shasta Dam's right there. Just got to refill the reservoirs all, and the river. Don't really care. Fine. Peterson was a disaster, but Kimball talked about breaking up the unions. I sat out. We have way too many Oregonians coming in these days, making it harder to do union work when they work for so much less. And let me be clear, ain't really their fault. I'm not one of those Sons of Purity or Neoclave assholes, because we're the ones going in there and starting wars and coups and agreements we're gonna break, the ones we know we're going to break when we sign them. You know, we can't be screaming at them to not come to our house when we're burning down theirs. Rivers, land, gold, money, fame, power, map lines, all the same bullshit it always is. Okay. Be seeing ya.
Shame is for people with full bellies.
Sure. Yeah. Roach. Up. Under.
Raise a glass of water this time. Sheriff Crow of Baker has put down the bottle and picked up the badge for real. The town's been rough without him, but now maybe things are looking up.
I want to be on Woozer's show. I got stories, man. These people need to
Hey, what's up? Take.
Fallen angels out of reach from sun. He stained his heart, fueled by desire.
What's up?
His old deal with the devil will end up in fire. Running from the devil's gaze, a lifetime of crimes you can't erase. In the shadows, he's forever bound. An outlaw's anthem, never to be found.
You ever try that Zaytan jerky? Tastes like ramen leather.
He roams the land. An evil justice, guided by the devil's hand. He's staying in.
Oh, it's our little friend of Baker. You've been making quite a name for yourself. My name's Mia. Yeah, I don't really sleep much, so Kareem's got me working extra shifts. It's not half bad. I sometimes have to break up fights, but otherwise it's a pretty smooth job. It's actually pretty easy. Kareem's last bodyguard got fired because he didn't want to rough up this one crazed bitch. Modesty and all that. She cut 3 people with a knife because the cops showed up. Me? I have no such reservation. I would have punched that bitch in the throat the moment she started yelling. And then when a rowdy customer wants to get handsy, he goes into the drunk tank. Not really hard for me to put him in there. I was one of Frick Stanton's mercs. The pay was a lot better, but the guy had wandering hands. After the 5th time, I punched him in the face. I quit right then and there. No 2 weeks notice for him. Before that, I was in the army. Border patrol on the northern border. Not much to tell there, really. Sure thing. Have a good one.
You might be from the wasteland, but I grew up in the hub. Now that's a hellhole.
Hey there. Let's have a conversation. My name's Carlisle. You've made quite the name for yourself here in Baker. Helping the poor, attacking the rich. You're cleaning the town in a, dare I say, revolutionary way. It's just like the old days with my buddies. A postal worker shows up to town, fixes the place up, and gets the NCR to finally do something. And gets the NCR to what? Reverse a coup, protect victims of a Brahmin Baron, and help take the great Frick Stanton down? Come on, who are you trying to kid? You're changing a human body, I can see it. You're one of those types who will be in the history books, I know it. Not that I'm one of those great man types or anything. Great. Honestly, I was hoping to get started right away. But okay, take your time.
So the last mayor killed the old mayor, and now we have a new mayor.
Hello, how are you? Before you drink, I have one major rule in this bar. Don't leave until you're sober. Public intoxication is against NCR federal law. If you leave, I can be charged, and I do not want to be charged for your stupidity. With that out of the way, I am Kareem. This is my bar. How may I serve you? The finest and the cheapest alcoholic beverages in Baker. Hello, how are you?
This is why I don't...
Hello, how are you? A friend I knew back in Shady. He owned a paint store. He helped me out with learning the ropes of opening a business, so it's in his honor. Mia, she's one of Stanton's old mercs. Had a dispute and quit. NCR City, the old Shady Sands quarter. These days it's suits and government officials and tourists. It's bustling, but the state's taxes were killing me. So I came to the hub because I, at the very least, wouldn't have to pay state income tax. This bar is the result of that journey. And at the end of every journey, when you're huffing and puffing, you need a drink. What? My own personal views? Yeah, okay. Kimball's been a good president. I voted for him. Twice. But man, the taxes to pay for his war in the Mojave are killing me. And we don't seem to be winning. How are we not demolishing a bunch of tribals and skirts without firearms? I'm not really happy with the situation. Well, the Brotherhood is locked in their bunkers, refusing to come out. Every time they pop out, we fry them. Every time we go in, they blow up the bunkers. That war has been going on forever. I have no real sympathy for them at this point. Just hurry up and surrender. Oh, them. They sound pretty bad. Bunch of slaver raiders tearing up Arizona. I hope we wipe those guys out. Well, taking it would be nice. I've been there a couple times. Not to gamble, just to visit. A lot of money there. I can see why the government folks want to make it a state. And honestly, we probably should. Yes? What kind of question is that? It's my country and I love it. Great. That's enough about politics anyways. This again? You've come to the right place. Here, dummy. Sure, just across the street is the Frontier store. That's where I shop. Nice and clean, good prices, solid inventory. There's a bunch of hustlers around the thermometer. Not a lot of great stuff, but generally cheap. I'd stay out of it at night though. If you want the good stuff, head on down to the motel across the interstate. They're expensive though. After that battle, Hightower, I think. No, I don't support that type of stuff. Fair. There's a bunch of drug pushers out on the streets near the school. Makes me sick. And then, it's not a bad place, but there's a casino under the pawn shop. They think they're all sneaky like, but I know the office knows. Okay then. May the one true God bless you.
Don't follow politics.
Hello there, I don't believe we've met. Name's Seymour, Hub's son. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hub City's preeminent newspaper, but honestly, the best one printed in the whole state. Been with them for 6 years. That's right, 21 years with the Reading Times and 6 years with the Hub Sun. Sure, it's the Fourth Estate's job to inform. Well, in my youth, I signed up with the Army for the scholarship money. To help me out with experience before college, I was given a job with the Army's newspaper. The Brotherhood War broke out not long afterwards, so I reported on that. After my service was up, I went to college, got an internship with the Reading Times, and the rest was history. Well, because of my combat record, I got permission to report on the Brotherhood War. I was there during the Battle of Fresno. Had a Brotherhood paladin kill 20 troopers in front of me before he committed suicide. I wasn't really happy with combat reporting after that, so I asked for a different post, crime reporting. It was different. I was always on edge on the front, and I expected that to go away after I moved to the city. But going alongside Boneyard Maximum Force squads into the Mar, it was just like that feeling. But man, it actually felt like I was making a difference there. Less censorship. I helped clean up the Mar, and I am damn proud of that. The Hub riots of '73, probably. It's the one that got me to the Hub Sun without an interview. Hell of a thing seeing 1st Recon out in the streets of a city instead of on the front. I don't feel like I made a difference there. I was just observing. Nothing. I was supposed to report on the Mojave campaign. But no. Old General Oliver bans the press from reporting there. As in, I can be arrested for reporting there. So instead, I just interview people coming back from the front. Maybe the NCR isn't doing as well as Kimball says we are. Or maybe we are winning, but the prices we're paying are too high. Or maybe what we're doing there is so horrible that the administration doesn't want to take credit for it. I can only speculate, but I don't print my speculations. Sure. I'll talk about it, but I try to stay neutral. It's so hard to be unbiased these days. What do I think of Kimball? A lot of things. I know I was in the minority at the Times Hub field office when I wasn't happy to see him get elected. I know they were still pissed about the riots in '73, but he runs on a military intervention in the Mojave. He gets his intervention. But he's not happy with people knowing about what's coming next. I don't trust that. I've lived in it my whole life, so I don't know what else to compare it to. All I can really say is that everyone and everywhere is different. Nowhere is perfect, and everywhere is at least a little okay. That's an unpopular opinion back home, but I really don't see the value in annexing Vegas. The dam? Sure, but Vegas? No. And Kimball's talking about making it a state before Reading? Give me a break. The only reason people are pissed at him these days is because no one's sure if we're winning, and that's worse than losing. The Brotherhood of Steel? When I was a kid, we were allies with them. Not anymore. I'm not sure why we actually began fighting them, but I do know that we are fighting, and it won't stop until we both want it to. I only get secondhand reports from the troopers coming back from the Mojave. Never been out there. I get the sense that they're pretty tough to fight, and that they're a much bigger threat to the NCR than the government lets on. When Bullhead fell to them earlier this year, I wasn't really surprised, but I am concerned. I know we signed a treaty with him, but that's it. I've never been to New Vegas, so I don't even know what his employees think of him. Oh, but we were getting to the good stuff. Later.
Saw another family headed down the 15 yesterday. Didn't look like they had a destination in mind.
War's pushing folks out of the Mojave and into Baker. Someone's got to tell them we're full up.
Man, this homeless problem is getting out of control.
Saw another family heading down the 15 yesterday. Didn't look like they had a destination in mind.
Have you decided if you want to take the job or not? Great. All right. Let me tell you about Hightower. Are you familiar with him? The richest man in the NCR may be polite, but he is not nice. What's more important is the cap he backs. Do you know why the NCR doesn't pay you in dollars out east? Not back west. In the Boneyard, no one accepts the cap. Same in Maxon, in Baja, even in Oregon. But in the hub, something amazing happened. One day, as if a switch was turned on, merchants started taking bottle caps instead of dollars. And then suddenly, everyone in the hub started doing it. That type of shift isn't organic. And once the hub started doing it, the Mojave started doing it. Then why didn't the rest of the NCR follow suit? No. Look at Hightower. He's the only one who benefits, isn't he? He controls the water, and the water backs the cap. If the NCR switches to the cap, then suddenly he owns the basis of the entire economy. And if Vegas, the NCR's first new state since its founding, starts with the cap, it's only a matter of time before the rest of the NCR follows suit. Hightower keeps a large stash of caps in his basement. We're going to break in, steal it, and then redistribute it to the poor, just like the old days. The information gathering is very difficult, so now my face is too well known. So you'll do the actual heist. I'll be doing cleanup and the redistribution. You'll need someone to move the stash once you get it pretty quickly. The basement has two ways to get into it. The first is through the front door, but I wouldn't recommend that. Lots and lots of witnesses. Plus, there's always a guard at that door. Second way is through the sewers. Baker had a fairly undeveloped sewer system before the war, and it so happens to lead to the mansion. Caveat there, though. Whenever I've been there, there's always a few less guards than there should be on the mansion grounds. So they might already know. Your choice how you want to go in. One thing. We don't kill. Whether you need to rip and run or go full cat burglar, whatever. Don't kill anyone. Especially do not kill Hightower. You kill Hightower, and the Thieves' Circle is going to have to go full hammer on me and you. Now, good luck.
Wish I knew more about what's going on in the Mojave.
We shouldn't speak until it's time.
Oh.